Okay. Okay. All right. 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 I'm not sure if the audio is working at all because I've been having. Well, I came to a new setup. So, Mr. Joe, Mr. Andrew, good morning. If you could confirm that you can hear me, otherwise we will be off to a very, very a struggling start on here for the last one for a while. So please let me know if the audio is somehow acceptable. Okay, thank you, Mr. Joe. Hopefully it stays that way. I mean, if it stops, trust me, I'm not going to. Where I stopped today, now it just went off. So, well, if I'm not speaking, you're not going to hear me because I was waiting um, for I had a brief moment of silence waiting for your confirmation. So meaning I wasn't speaking. So hence it may have just me not speaking, not it going off per se. I'm not sure. My indicator on here is showing as the levels are acceptable because on the streaming. I wish there was a way that I could show you this. The streaming platform to go into YouTube is called OBS. So it shows you some type of control board to see if, let's say, you are live. If okay, so okay, very good. Well, welcome everybody. For those who were able to make it, again, I'm going to reiterate which that we said yesterday. Today is the last live day trading pre-market analysis here for a long while. I need to focus on really the blog that's just put aside for almost a year now. So we made a lot of videos, so hopefully they can help you increase your knowledge in option trading. That library of videos is not going anywhere. Discord is not going anywhere. It's just that I'm going to be using my mornings to do research writing and developing content for the website, which again everybody here and through the internet has access for free, right? So we have, how many articles do we have on that blog? Over, I think 130 or so, but really not, it's not much. I wanted to have at least 200 solid articles on the practicality of trading options. So some of it we have been doing on here on YouTube but there are so many things around that that I haven't been tackling because even the other day, Mr. Daniel from Florida, he asked me, he was on the website and he asked me, it's a very simple thing, very simple thing. Oh, how can I help him do trailing stop? And I was like, oh, geez, I don't even have an article on trailing stop. Those are basic things, right? So as a trader, somebody who's trading, definitely they want to know how they can minimize the losses and increase the profit. Trailing stop is a very nice technique to do that. So we just went on a Zoom meeting and we spent like 25 minutes and I showed him because he's using my Power A Trade as well. I was just like, oh my God. You see, I just have so much content that I still need to create. All right. So what's going on here for the last day for May, for the last day of May? Let's without any further, let's just go ahead and dive in, right? So by now, you know, those of you who have been coming here, you know what's to look for. So let's see so we are on TradingView and we are applying the futures optionable over $20 of price, over 1 million shares of daily average daily volume, and we toggle on here on the change. So maybe let's start with the bullish side. That's the one that people love the most. Bam, and that's where all the action is going. Oh my goodness, AMC is up 17%, but I mean 17% for a $30 stock is nothing. But just look at the chart. So at Monday, 1, 2, 3, 4, Monday you could have gotten AMC, that is AMC Entertainment Holding, for less than 15 bucks. Yeah. Fast forward 4 days later, it's trading at 31 bucks. Trading is easy, isn't it? Trading is easy. We shared yesterday a chart of, I think it was Mr. Ryan, who the day before yesterday, yeah, in the evening of Wednesday, he said, oh, there was some type of article about, hey, the short squeeze hasn't even started yet on AMC. So my reply was just that the saga of short squeeze continued. And yesterday, just to give you an example, the 32 calls, you could have gotten them for 10 cents in the morning. They went to $3.50. $3.50. Yeah, that's if you have been trading AMC. This morning they're giving you more money, folks. More money, more money, more money. So fantastic! Congratulations on there. The second stock on there is it's a laughable one for me because again, this one starts in Monday. You can look at this chart here, right? We are sharing the charts. I'm sorry that if it's more, because that's something people have been complaining. But I mean, we can look at it on the bigger chart. Okay, let's look at the one on our TradingView chart, because when I hover on the FinViz, it just shows a smaller chart. So let's go to the daily chart and let me go and remove this. Okay, so the daily chart of B1. So this is what it looks like. So just this week alone, maybe let's start with the weekly on here. We have been waiting for B1 to do this for a long time. It's finally doing it. So B1 started, well, it closed last Friday at 106. Our trade alert computer decided, hey, let's alert on that one. So for the subscriber in our trading room, we got the signal, the alert on B1 last Thursday at the close, right? So again, for some, because I've been getting questions, those trade alerts I shared with you on Thursday, they are actionable as soon as they're sent out. There is no delay to say, oh, let's wait for Monday. If the stock is moving on Friday, absolutely, you can trade it. So this one, it's not a surprise. This thing has done this before. This is what's the blue line, if you will, right? Sorry, that's my drawing is horrible. We have seen this pattern all over. This is how B1 has been trading. It's just the timing of it, right? So here, B1, 1, 2, 3, this is dating back all the way to September of 2019, where it come down, then consolidates for an undefined amount of time, and then it start rocketing off to higher highs. So this time around, it took it a little bit longer. How many weeks did it take it to put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? So this drawing here, for us, I put it there, I think, at least 4 weeks ago. Yeah, saying, oh, it was consolidating. No, but they decided to go lower, all the way to one. What was the price here? 100 actually. So last week you could have gotten this stock for $100. This morning, you need 150, folks. Yeah, a cool 50% gain in just a week time. It is not yet at the upper Bollinger Band. So I said it yesterday, I'm going to say it again. The chart that we're looking at, it's showing that, though it may not be a straightforward, another green candle next week, but I mean, 180, it's worth this thing, 180, well, now buying the 180 call for next week, I don't even know, they're going to be much more expensive today, but we said it yesterday, right? So for those who said, hey, yeah, you are not making money trading, successful trading, well, my question to you is all of those opportunities that we have seen, the DoorDash of the world or anything, or beyond, this is a multiple day run on here. So yeah, that's where we need to trade stock that are moving. If you're trading something else that's not moving, yeah, chances are we even I will not make money if I trade stock that are not moving. That's there's no secrets about that. Who else do we have here? CRM. Oh my goodness. So this is pretty much the trend I'm seeing now is just like the well, CRM hasn't been a dog stock, right? I mean, it's just, I mean, since he came into the Dow Jones, when was it January that it was put into the Dow Jones? He struggled a little bit, but then rallied in April all the way to 235, and recently has put in a rally. It's up this morning on a Friday. CRM up $5. Well, congratulations, because that's really that. Then there's GME 263, only up 3.35%. Only GME up only 3 point something percent. So look like it's gonna be a very lively Friday, isn't it? So we are here, we are ready. Let's see what it brings. So AMC B1, they are the leading bullish stock of now. They are gapping. So it's just that for AMC, you really have to go a lot out of the money to but hey, on this trend is anybody guess. It's a whole day of trading, so your guess is to leave it to the imagination. How high can this stock go? I mean, the other stock on here was TU Taylor's Corporation. I'm not familiar with it, but AMCB1 CRM are stock that we're familiar with, and they are moving on the bullish side. Let's not forget the bearish side, right? On the bearish side, what's moving here this morning? HP computer hardware, HP technology, HPQ, because there's the other one. So it's gapping down here minus 5.42% if you're into that type of thing, right? So this is the bearish stand on here. Nutanix, okay, minus 2%. This is a stock that sometimes moves. Discovery Financial minus 2%. What else on here? Coinbase. What is not that? What is our friend? What are the crypto doing today? Oh boy. Oh boy. Hmm. We are on the verge of going into the long weekend, right? So the cryptos, crypto, most of them, they are down, right? Bitcoin is down minus 7% at 36K. Ethereum is down minus 7% at 2,600 about. Dogecoin is down minus 5.5 at about just shy of 32 cents. XRP is down minus 10%, just shy of 90 cents, and Litecoin is down 10% at 177. All right, so we have such in stock on here that you can definitely trade to leverage which stuff happening in the crypto sphere. So coin is one of those minus 1.94 at 242 on here. So what you can do is create a list of this stock, that a watch list on your on your trading platform, a watch list of stock that are moving here in pre-market, and then you can enter them either by using, if you know how to trade the gangster trade, absolutely, that's one way to get involved early on here. On this Friday, May the 28th, 2021, where it's currently 16 a.m. Pacific time in Southern California, 9:16 a.m. In okay, Mr. Joe, I understand the sound being in and out. Okay, so my speech pattern is not exactly as if I am singing or in a choir, which I've done in the past. So sometimes I have breaks in my speaking pattern. My mic, as you can see, is literally, that's why I use this. So if, trust me, if this thing causes any type of technical difficulty, I will just stop this and be submitting you guys for this last one to any type of struggle because this thing has just it's too much wahala. Yeah, it's just too much wahala. So please let me know so that I don't waste anybody time on here today. It's just not worth it. And again, especially on this session, right? I'm not going to be speaking every. If we are going to be doing this, I don't even know until when. 8:30 Pacific, 11:30 or something. So it's bound to have silences. That doesn't mean that the sun is not working. Just as a point of reference, right? Hopefully that makes sense here. I mean, there. I mean, other than you, Mr. Joe, Miss Festus, who else? Mr. Andrews here. Well, so we have four people this morning for the last one. For the first one, I don't recall. I need to go to that video and find the first ever live trade. Actually, let me try to do that. Let me try to do that. The first live day trading session that's pre-market analysis that we have made. How can I sort? Let me sort by. I'm looking at it on my phone. Sort by most recent. I don't know about that. When was the first one? It is not breaks in your talking. It's while you are talking. It is still worth you staying on. No, sir. Trust me. It's not worth me staying on. It's a waste of time. There's nobody here, Mr. Joe. Come on now. I mean, spending the energy to do something that doesn't benefit that many people. I mean, what's the point? That's the whole thing. Okay, so according to successful trading Q&A, our maiden YouTube live. Okay, our maiden YouTube live show, let's see, was April the 18th, 2020. I'm going to go back and watch that video later on today. Just so April the 18th, 2020 was our maiden first. But was it the first pre-market analysis? I'm not so sure about that. So again, I don't know why the system, Mr. Joe, will break in and out, right? The mic is here, so that's just means the computer has a mind of its own because while I'm speaking, and remember the speech is not, there's a little bit of a delay between the, I don't know, the images, well, the image and the sound, they had to be in sync, right? But I know that between which that you guys are seeing and which that I'm doing, there's a delay on that. Like right now, I'm looking at what I'm seeing right now. You're going to be seeing it in like 5 to 10 seconds. That's just how the stream the stream goes along. So for me, it's the absence of sound completely. That's hey, if you guys cannot hear the sound at all, I mean, staying on. I'm not sure what will be the purpose of that. So on here. Let's see, what is this thing saying? Okay, it's showing me, okay, the mic and the mic 2, they are showing that the frames, how many, 30 frames per second, and it's saying we have been live for 22 minutes because, at least on my end, because I've been on for a while. All right, so yeah, April the 18th, 2020 to May the 28th, 2021. Not bad, not bad at all. And pretty much, I mean, we must have missed like one, right? One of them, it was we were on, and then the Gremlins decided to take over. So so on that day, there wasn't anything we could do at all. So we ended up just struggling, trying to come back in with the sun, and nothing happened. All right. So what do we have to look for? We have the Friday no wahalas. Let's see. Let me go to Discord on here. What I mean, as it's shocking surprise, right? What are we trading as Friday no wahala today? So FCX. What is FCX doing in pre-markets? FCX is down in pre-market minus 0.45. So on FCX, the setup was for 12 cents, you could have gotten to 41.5 puts yesterday at the time that I typed it. And Excuse me. And the 43 calls were going for 20. The bid was 20 cents, and the ask was 22 cents. So that's, let's say, that's overall for just taking one strangle was about 34 cents. So let's see how that 34 cents turn out today. That would be interesting. So the next one was X 25.5 puts and 26 and a half calls. What was the price on them? I can check the price on them here on the screen. Go ahead and show me X. Okay, so X, 26 and a half. The bid was 21 cents and the ask was 27 cents. It's barely moving in pre-market, plus 0.07, meaning you can actually, this is the beauty, or I mean, of knowing your trade ahead of time. You can actually get a better price potentially here at the open on those calls. Yeah, because data is 10 cents, and yesterday trading between 21 cents and 27 cents at the close. The market makers, they always stretch uh, the spread toward the end of the day, obviously, to try to maximize people buying at the end of the day. So that was X yesterday, not moving that much in here in pre-market. Hopefully that's not sign of things to come, because otherwise this is going to be a very short session for us. If the market is not moving, I mean, what's the point, right? So Western Digital 77 and a half calls and 74 and a half puts. Let's see what's Western Digital doing. I don't even have a read in pre-market for that. Let's go to Western Digital. So 77.5. I think the stock was trading at 76 toward the close yesterday. Let's check here. Western Digital. What say you in pre-market? Wow. All three of our Friday no wahalas, they are literally flats. All three of our Friday no wahalas, they are literally flat. So that's going to be interesting. That's going to be interesting. So let's see how they open up on here. If you have a stock that's a chart that you want us to take a look at, please, by all means, go ahead. This is there's you dictate this show. Obviously, we've said that since day number one, and that's not different for this last episode, right? And the June 4th expiration, which we shared that list yesterday, right? It's actionable starting today. So the likes of yesterday in the comments, because sometimes I put comment on that are relevant, but I don't know if actually they make sense. So in looking at the price of those for next week option, right? Next week going to be a short week. We have seen that. That's one thing we have seen. Because we think that, hey, because we only have 4 days, when a Tuesday, when Monday is closed, all US equities are closed on this coming Monday in observance of Memorial Weekend. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. But some of the moves usually are bigger. That's something that we have seen. We have seen in the past on here. So some of the stuff that are really got my attention regarding the price of the option, the strike price that we pick on the AMD and Apple. I put it on there because Apple. Apple is a tricky stock. I don't know how. Sometimes I feel like Apple doesn't move at all, and then when Apple moves, it's really like, oh man. The implied volatility, yeah. The implied volatility is really what's interesting. The Apple implied volatility, the stock was closing yesterday at what? 125.28 thereabout. The implied volatility for next week, June 4th, was it the one in the 20s? Yes. Yes. Implied volatility on Apple is almost, I mean, almost as low as QQQ, IWM, no, QQQ and SPY. So the 120, what's the strike price we pick for Apple for next week? 129 calls in case it's bullish. The implied volatility is 20%, folks. So meaning for 30 cents, this is a stock, $125 stock, but you know that Apple, it's more than, it's the reverse split that put it at that price, right? So Apple, you can get those 129 calls for next week for 30 cents. And I'm pretty sure here, because the market Apple is opening flat plus 24 cents or thereabout. You could even get them cheaper than that, should you want to. On the put side, so stop trading at 125. The 122 put that we picked, is it 122? I still cannot believe this. The 122 put that we picked for Apple, ah, I mean they're only $3 away, so 44 cents. But the implied volatility on it is 22.81. This is uh, miles away from. Let's show you the contracts, right? Let's bring up the contracts. The implied volatility for AMC, for instance, well, why would I pick that one? That's the fastest moving stock this week, right? The implied volatility for AMC, if let's say you want, let's say the 40 calls, they're showing me the 40 puts, but those are in the morning. Let's pick maybe the 25 puts, right? Which are worth $4.35 for next week. The implied volatility is a whooping 332% and increasing. The stock is up 20% in pre-market right now. That's AMC right there. So, and that's what I was talking about. Meaning, it's extremely difficult to make money. I mean the moves after what, but we don't know that, hey, AMC is going to wake up on a Friday and be up 19%. But because it has that potential, right? Market makers are factoring that into the implied volatility. So, like right now, Power E-Trade is showing me, it's not even bothering showing price above 40 because they just added them. I guarantee you they were not there yesterday. The market makers are just adding them. So, the 39 calls have an implied volatility of 370%. Yeah, amazing, amazing. So that's what's going on here. And here we go. The market's about to open in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, and the madness begins for Friday live day trading here on May the 28th. Successful trading channel, a YouTube channel. All right, so here is our friend B1. So we're going to have B1 in one screen starting at 148. Let me duplicate this and bring in AMC Entertainment. AMC is woof. That's the weekly chart. That's the weekly chart. Here's the 5-minute chart of AMC starting outside of the upper Bollinger right there, just like that. So whichever one stop that you guys want me to stay in, just type it on there, and we will go in there. I will keep track also of the ETFs. IWM is something that we have been looking at. I mean the IWM. Yesterday it made some decent money yesterday. Not that much, but let's see if this thing can go to 227, above 227, and the like. So the 227 calls on IWM expiring today, they are about 60 cents thereabout. So let's see how they trade here this morning. So because that's a nice level there. This is what's AMG is doing. AMC, for whatever reason I kept saying that. So we'll duplicate on here. We want to put here our good friend IWM. Alright, here's a 15 minutes chart for IWM. QQQ is up 0.42%. It's 334. what's moving on our watch list. So obviously B1 in watch list for next week. B1 the June 4th 180 calls. Oh, I picked 180. What a surprise! I picked 180 because I was talking about 180. Okay, see. Remember when we were looking at it a moment earlier, and we were looking at was it the weekly chart? Yeah, the weekly chart. Yeah, 180 is where the upper Bollinger Band is for next week. So hence it is very fitting. On right now, it's trading at 152, but it's a little bit stretched here. Yeah, it's way outside of the upper Bollinger. The upper Bollinger right now on a 15-minute chart of the one is they are at 140. Let's get it proper here. This is 147, and the stock is trading $5 out of that. $5 from the that's 15-minute Bollinger. So it's I mean, people are talking of it as a squeeze. So yeah, so hence that's that that's let's see how that goes on here. But it is stretched from a technical point of view. It's definitely stretched. Uh, that's what makes it. All right. So for us, we got into the IWM 227 calls on here just because I mean this thing again is stretched a little bit, but I want really to see how this is has been showing some momentum recently. So to start the day on here, it's something interesting. Want it to be in the morning as soon as possible. So I mean, it's one of those time trades, right? So as long as it can stay in there, time should be helping in order for it to find room on the upper Bollinger. So like yesterday, right? So will it do something like this because it seems to be starting like that? So struggling to find room on the upper Bollinger, and within an hour, what we want to see out of the trade is that it's able to put in higher highs. The upper Bollinger will be opening up, but I mean this is still early on here to see how this is going to transpire. The sooner you are in the money in this type of scenario, the better. But obviously, being in the money meaning that the cost of those options they are a little bit more expensive. For us, we were able to what value did we get in? So nice entry, little bit on here, but I mean it's still actionable. Currently going for 66 cents, 69. So struggling on the really. This is just a lack of room. I'm not sure. So let's see what happens on there. This is AMC $35 the 5 minutes. Okay, so now from a technical point of view, this is how you rate this, right? So this is just the second 5 minutes, right? So when we talk about technical analysis, this is the second 5 minutes. The first 5 minutes, it put in a high. That's the information that the first candle gives you. So my those who have had the opportunity to analyze charts, daily charts on our one-on-one coaching. So the first 5 minutes tell us what's the high, what's the low, yeah, and then from there we are looking at the action. The VWAP is here. The VWAP is 34.27. So we are above VWAP, but putting in a higher highs. As of now, we are 2 minutes into the second 5 minute interval. The stock is telling us that, okay, it's showing resistance at that level of 36. How do we know that? Because the price got there and then it came back down with this upper wick that we see here. And this candle is doing like that as well. So after the those two candles, we will have another piece of information. Are we able to put in a higher high? We really do not know if this stock is going to be continuing up or it will have to come down. As of now, just gathering information, 36 is resistance. That's how you analyze a chart. Similarly here, let's come back here. I switched B1 to 5 minute interval. So on this 5 minute interval, we went in, put in a high on the first candle, 152.81, and then now Uh, we are just putting in a new low of the day. The low, so the low on the first 5 minute candle was 148.20. Now we are trading at 147.88. So the stock showed us, okay, put in a high, put in a low on those five, and then now decision time on here. What direction is it going to be going? We knew about that there was a very high potential of this because we said that the upper Bollinger Band in relation to where the stock was trading, there was a huge distance between the two. Yeah, that was that. So sometimes this stock they need to cool off, especially and run like this one. So you can take advantage of that movement. So just in a matter of 10 minutes here, this one has gone down by $6. So that's that's that there. Yeah. So let's see. A stock that's moving maybe bullishly. Let's go and take a look at Nvidia. Actually, let me go on here. So Beyond up was up 7% in pre-market. Now it's up 3%. Oh yeah, the other stock that's I didn't even see it in pre-market. That's one. SPCE, Virgin, Virgin Galactic. Yeah. This is weekly, so this is the second week confirmation of this stock, and again, they all have the same pattern. This stock, there are stocks that have been dogged, if you will, and now this one plus 10% so far. 10% so far. Wow, amazing. And so this is, should we, yeah, let's just leave them. Let's just leave them. Let me bring another, duplicate this and bring in another one. So I talk about NVIDIA, and the other one that we see with movement is Square. So NVIDIA, where's our friend NVIDIA? Oh boy. Look at this. This is NVIDIA so far today on this is 5 minute interval from 121 to 6, from 621 to 6 to 629. So that's Nvidia. Definitely we were expecting this. We can trade Nvidia with what level you can trade Nvidia with. Let's check here. Okay, so Nvidia on its option chain, it has very. Let's go here to Nvidia. What's affordable here? Nvidia. Nvidia 620, currently at 629. Let's just oh boy, reasonably. The spread on the 645 calls is a little bit wide on here. I mean, there's some volume, 230. The 640, 50 cents by 60 cents. Yeah, that's a possibility right there. So can put in a bid. I'm putting in a bid for 60. So the bid right now is 60 and the ask is 74. The bid just moved to 61 cents. That is, yeah, 61 cents. So Nvidia is moving Square is moving plus at 224. All right. Our good friend QQQ is leading at 0.59 of all ETFs. SPY up plus 0.33 at 420.65. QQQ up 0.59 at 334.83. And IWM is struggling after posting in a high at 227. Now it has pulled back to 226.26 cents. Of all the ETF, the financial XLF, they are bearish minus 0.04 overall. And recently I've been seeing a pattern on the VXX, the fear index. It's almost as if it's an automatic win. If you, let's say, you take puts on the VSX, let's say late Wednesday of the like. That's something we have seen. Yesterday I was tracking the 34 call, the 34 puts. Here they are now. It's VXX is trading at 33.78. So that's it. Because if the market is just staying at the same level, really VXX will go down. They have to reverse split it recently, but even yet it started at like 40 something now is dumping. Let's show you the chart of VXX. That's a nice, yeah. This is 5 minutes. Let's go to the daily chart of this thing. Yeah, this is what has been going on since March, right? This thing from its price of 80 again from the reverse split. Look, because the market's really, so this thing was $80. Now it's finding itself trading at 33. And this is just amazing. Yeah, as if it never goes, well, if the market is going up, this thing can never go up. So it can never go up. So the time when it was going up was last year between February and March, when during the COVID time. So that's right there. It went as high as from 67. Again, this price reflects the reverse split to 280. But I mean, outside of that, since then it has been puts have prevailed most of the time on this one. Oops, it's better if we wanted to show this like this. Sorry, I was not on my screen. All right. So what's B1 doing? All right, so here's the definition of support or potential illustration of it. Stop lacking room. This is 5 minutes interval we have been in. We're trading for 16 minutes now. And so we're starting the fourth 5-minute candle on here on B1. Didn't have, starting outside of the upper Bollinger Band, had to retreat. Now found support, 5 minutes. Is this a support? So we need to wait at least for this candle to close. Yeah, when this candle closes, then it will give us an indication of, hey, is it now? But it's below VWAP. So at this stage, it's really still patient to be able to see. So if it dropped below 145.62, then the next support 144 here to really be bearish on it. Here, it can, in order for it to recover, let's say it needs to put, if you are on the 5-minute interval here, it needs to show us, let's say, 2 consecutive candles at least of higher highs on here. So that's how you monitor that. AMC, same thing. Candle came and bounced on the 5-minute interval, bounced big on the EMA on the EMA 8. So those lines, they act as natural support, natural resistance. In this case, coming down, they acted as support here for this one, and now it's trying to find its way um, to IWM did not have room now, is standing at support, or will it? If it breaks, is breaking right now, is breaking 225.99 thereabout, which is support on here on the EMA. Yesterday spent its time mostly, this is 5 minutes, this is 15 minutes on IWM. It spent the time yesterday above all of that yellow line. So that's a sign that that was support. So uh, for us, then we say, hey, you stay in the trade until it breaks that yellow line, below that yellow line. If you stay in the trade, if you're bullish, right? You stay in that trade unless until it breaks that yellow line. So that's what's going on here for IWM at this time. So the next one here, SPCE. Oh, we didn't even put. Let's put the 15-minute chart on here. So 15-minute chart is currently 9:15 Eastern time. So we are just starting the second 15 minutes for most of the, for all of the stuff, because they all start at the same time, right? So that's SPCE. We showed the FX just as a curiosity. So who should we be tracking? Let's track Square. Square is a moving one. So Square, what's in Square? 230 calls is what we are using here. So let's see, 230, 15-minute charts. Okay, this one, it's unlike the others. Let's say on the 15-minute here, posting high highs. So first big candle, $2 win above VWAP, and now posting higher highs. This is a stock showing strength. Can it continue? We don't know. That's that, but it's from a technical point of view is a little bit stretched, but I mean not by much. The upper Bollinger on the 15-minute chart is 224.16. The stock is trading at 225 or 224.76 as we just saw now. So it's one of those. Yeah. Hey, good morning, beautiful kids. No one else is here for the last one, so I'm not sure who's still on. I see 2 concurrent viewers or 3 concurrent viewers. I don't even know. So welcome, sir. uh, So stocks that are moving at least on the bullish direction, definitely beyond gapped, AMC gapped, SPCE gapped, and I mean they put in high, very early. Uh, Pings is another stock that's moving positively, plus 1.5% at $65. And this we are looking at a chart of Square here. Show that. Here's I want to make sure that I have a resolution that can show everybody. So the upper, the lower. Okay, here we go. This setting here is a bit. All right. Nvidia has not put in a higher high yet since. Here's 15-minute chart of Nvidia, big first candle, and now finding itself outside of the upper Bollinger, like many stocks trying to look for room for higher prices. Our Friday Wahalas, they are not, let's say X25.5 is currently trading at 25.55. Okay, so the puts they are just close to being in the money, 6 cents from being in the money. FCX on the other hand is really hasn't found a direction yet, trading minus 0.03. But I mean that's nothing. So FCX hasn't found its direction. Looking it's at 42.47. So for us we are looking for 43 calls on there. So let's see. IWM, what is IWM doing? Uh, So here's IWM, okay. Kane found support here. This is the 15-minute chart, but there is no room on the upper Bollinger Band, right? So now trying to track back upward at 226.50. I mean, it opened very close to 227 there and went to 227. So it's still in the mode of finding its ground on here. So as many stock are doing, it's just to say, it's 30. Let's 24 minutes into the session for this live day trading for Friday, May the 28th. As we say that, I'm looking at Germany. Germany is up big. Germany is up 0.87. I mean, if there is an index that has been bullish has been bullish, let's say the month of May, it has put in some lows, but some of the lows have been there, support at 15,000 if you trade the DAX. That's the one we are talking about. But it's very interesting pattern with putting in lows, then rallying, coming back down, rallying. That has been the entire month of May. But on the yearly chart, it's the DAX is trading at all-time high. So if that's an indication of maybe economic recovery, Europe is definitely leading on that front. So that's what's going on in Europe. So typically the US indexes then they could mirror which that's going on in Europe, at least trade in the similar direction. So let's see on here on a Friday like this one, it may not happen um, early, but I expect that at some point, when people are not watching, yeah, market makers they love to do what they do best, right? They like to melt up this market. So speaking of melting, here Nvidia posting 633 now after hovering the low for a little bit, and IWM is coming back at 226. 60 or thereabouts. So some bullish trend on here this morning. So one is that's not bullish at the time is Peloton minus 0.6 at just 112. Dash is bearish at or flat 152. Square it's 225 and moving up. Yeah, there's definitely that a very bullish action on here. Nvidia is very hot. Nvidia was a gangster trade yesterday, but it did not move at all. It did not move. So, what's in store for us on here? So, again, this trade is option chain here. As I try to do that, my streaming is red, so and my broker seems to has stopped providing live football. Yeah, that was interesting. So Nvidia, if currently at 635, some of the for expiration today, the 660, they are going for 17 cents. The 645, 98 cents a dollar now. That's definitely fine. The 650, 49, 50 cents by 57. Uh, yeah. That's a quick $5 under on Nvidia. So that's you can see the chart we are sharing. Let's make sure, yeah, the chart we are sharing is Nvidia, and you just can see the strong momentum right now on Nvidia. So this move, what's the percentage on here? So $6 is 1%. So our recon based on our quant analysis, that's let's pop it here. Nvidia, we should expect about 3 to 4%. That's 18 points. So 620 plus 18 plus 20, that's 640. So it's approaching that, folks. It's approaching that. That's expected move there for Nvidia. At least that gives you at least an idea, a range of potential at least. So let's look at it here. Nvidia was next to Pundodo. Here we go. So second day, day plus 2. On some day plus 2, we have seen 4%. Actually, more like 4%. 4 times 4, that's 16. 620 plus 16, that's 6 times 4 is 24. So 24 plus 21. So Aricon 645, 650. It's what we can see on Nvidia. That's possible. But you can use any one of the options that's in that vicinity, right? To make money on here. So let's give you again. The 655, they're going for 49 cents. 554. You can put in a bid for that and see if you can get it on here on a pullback. And I cannot say the word pullback without thinking of Miss Chilo. Wait for a pullback. Get in. Miss Chilo. Yeah, is she then? I didn't see her in this morning. I didn't see her this morning. All right. So we're going to wait for it to be pulled back and get in. Oh, lovely. Okay. Let me see. Okay, Nvidia 655, 49 cents bid, 51 cents ask. It's just let's all right. So there you could get an entry end of for 45 cents. I believe that's it just went a little bit. The upper Bollinger Band on the 15 minutes. It's 10 a.m. Eastern, folks. It's 10 a.m. Eastern. So you are watching a live day trading session here on Successful Trading's YouTube channel. The market, the overall conditions of the market, SPY is up 0.38% at 420.84. QQQ is up 0.5% at 334.37. IWM is up 0.36%. The only ETF that we see that is not on the positive side is XLF. So with XLF, what's the likes of Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan doing? JP Morgan, let's start with JP Morgan here. It's flat, minus 0.07. That's nothing at all. So it's flat. How about Goldman Sachs itself? Goldman Sachs plus 0.1% at 370. But on the daily chart, if you look at most bank stocks, they have definitely put in a rally recently, right? So that's just some things DAX is now up 0.9%. The US indexes here, they are not struggling per se, but they are not quite really full blown direction yet. So if we were to look at we would say sideways or just finding the direction, and that's sometimes typical. So many the first hour it will take all the way to the first hour to get a direction and overall direction for the market. We have seen that on Friday on here. So definitely we have to use patience as usual. Friday even more so. Even though Friday the thinking could be, oh, it's expiration day, I need to get in as soon as possible. I mean, but hey, the more time pass by, the cheaper the options will be on the expiration day as well. So that's something to keep in mind always. I'm seeing 24 playback. So if somebody, well, if somebody is watching in the playback, they can still have question. Can they? No, but I don't. Yeah, I think yeah, they can still you can still ask question. If there's a chart that you as a trader you want me to take a look at live here analyze for you, please use our live chat and request that, and I will gladly oblige. So where's Nvidia? 637, 637, $637. That is. So here's a nice example of chart study. So 15 minutes in, you have two big green candles. So one starting at the first one starting at 620 or going all the way to 630, and then the second one from 630 going to 637. So this is interesting. I like doing this. So the question here, or prediction, I mean, we are not into predicting anything. So Nvidia went 620, 630 in its first candle, and then it did 630, 638. So $10 move, and then $8 move. So meaning we're expecting a $6 move on this next 15-minute candle. Yeah? Is that if that's the case, the high of the next candle of Nvidia, let's give that to you here, 636 plus 645. 645, folks, is exactly there about that. So we said that hey, it will match the 4% move between the open and the quant analysis. Yes, our quant analysis here. Let me flash it here in case you didn't see that. So the quant analysis here is calling. We are looking 4.12, 4.45, 4.64, 4.09, 4.92 in the day two if we are bullish thereabout. So hey, what if it doesn't have to stop at 4%? But let's see. We want it to go as high as possible. So why stop at 4%? Why stop at 4%? So the bigger the better. Why will Nvidia not get into a short squeeze of its own? So let's see. 645 here. Come on, Nvidia. That's what we are looking for. And just for good measure, a stock that goes to 645. Let's use round numbers. Yeah, Nvidia. Today on a day like this, let's use a round number. So 650. Just do your thing. Just do your thing. So let's see. I mean, yesterday we had a Ganser trade on Nvidia, so we're carrying that today. I mean, that trade on here today. So 650, 640, here 640. So we reckon that 4% will take us to 645. And stock like this, as is on that bullish momentum, let's just ride it. That's the best chance actually to just continue. If we stop posting higher highs on this 15-minute chart, I mean, then we will know that the strength is gone. Sorry that I'm drinking. I'm taking a sip of water. So where's Square? So Square hasn't posted a new high yet. It's struggling again. It's struggling in the sense that it doesn't have room on the upper Bollinger since the previous candle, 15-minute candle high was 225.70. And now it's went and bounced off of the the VWAP, yeah, and looking for to put in a new high, 225.63. It's where it's currently trading. the meantime, IWM is not our friend at all. IWM decided to go from 227 and just retreat, so that's a shame. So for us, breaking that 226 level is definitely something that it's yeah. Where's IWM? Let's look at it here. Yep. You see below the yellow line. That's not good. That's not good on here. So the candle will close in 7 minutes, but for the time being, it's definitely not trending the right direction on here. It needs to stay above that yellow line, which is 226. Yeah, 226 thereabouts. So right now, 225.90 or yeah, that's where it finds itself, and it's just continuing now. The second level of support here is the green line, 225.76. What is it going to do there? This sometimes will test your patience on that. So typical trader will tell me, hey, when do you bail out on the trade on here? Yes, below this level of 2. So the first level is definitely broken, the yellow line, right? The second level on here is this green line. Let me make sure that you guys are seeing that. Yep, you guys are seeing that because I was on the other screen. So yeah, struggle time for IWM on here. So it needs to stay above the green line to get a chance, because it's just a matter. The upper Bollinger at 226.50. So this stock on here, having traded it in the past, it will do something like this and then eventually find itself going into the other direction. So some patience on here. Is the market conditions are still bullish per se. So that's really how you can go about just managing your position like us here on IWM. And while we say that, in terms of managing the position, look where B1 is doing now. Brand new high of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Brand new high of the day here on B1 after starting at plus 7%. So 153.46. This stock is really leading it up. Peloton is another stock that earlier was red, now is trading in the positive on the positive side at plus 0.8%, 113.46 on Peloton. So those are the stocks that we are tracking on here. We are tracking Square as well, 225.76. The chart of Square is okay. That's this. Oops, I want to duplicate this. So that's Nvidia. That's we show 640. Again, we are the forecast using the quant analysis is looking for 645 at least on Nvidia. So where's Square? Let's Square come up here. Square 225.42 and biting its time, trying to find or just facing resistance at 225. That's a possibility as well. So Nvidia posting higher highs, and let's just stay on that chart. 641 there. And for me, not a big fan of what's going on IWM, so definitely I'm bailing because I mean I can always enter the trade, but 225.73. Look at this, it's breaching below, while the other indexes, I mean QQQ is still up, and this one, this index here is about to go into the negative. That's not a good sign. Right, so let's see. The next 15 minutes, it's finishing in about the current 15 minutes finishing in about 3 minutes. So let's see how much. Let's project on here what will be the new upper Bollinger Band here to see if Square has a potential of posting a new high. So this one here was 225. The upper Bollinger 224.39. Then 224.94, then 223.59. I mean, It's going to be tight. It's going to be tight. So meaning, well, let's see, we can actually count the candles on here to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. Because it's the average of the last 20 candle plus 2 times the standard deviation to get the next point for the upper Bollinger. Right? It doesn't seem as if Square is going to be having it on here, but yeah, let's see. XLF, the ETF for the banks and the financial, it's further lower now, minus 0.04 on in terms of because yeah, there's so many moving parts, right? So B1 is a stock that we know it's doing its thing, so it's up. PDD is the other one that's it's moving. The 130 calls for next week, they are up 284%. So let's look at the chart. This is our friend NVIDIA, for which we are looking for 645. How do we derive that price? The move on so yeah, the 130 call for next week on PDD, they are moving. They're paying 288% from our watch list, right? But the stock is trading at 126 there. It closed yesterday at 119.70. So it's the 6-point gain here are doing that. FCX has not moved at all. I just saw an alert that I have by default, an alert on which one? Alert on Snap. Snap is gaining 1.54% at $62. What else is moving? DraftKings is a stock that's moving. I mean, this stock was trading at 70, and the good people at ARK Financial, they bought a lot of this, a lot of this one. Then it went to $40 over the last couple of weeks. Now, fast forward, it's trading at 51.83 plus 2.83%. Talk about volatility in this market. Yes. Pins is up 65. It was trading in the 50s a couple of weeks ago. As we currently closing in at 7:15, so a new candle, a new 15-minute candle window is about to start. Really, for us, especially let's say on Square on here, okay, what it is going to be, because the upper Bollinger here is still at 225.42, so it will have to force its way much higher if it wants to do anything. FCX has still not done anything at all, minus 0.5. So which direction is FCX going to pick on here? It is still unknown at this time. NVIDIA, the trend continues. So again, NVIDIA, it's just second day momentum after earning. It did not move at all yesterday. Yeah, that tiny candle under. So the daily chart, we are actually on the upper Bollinger Band of the daily chart. On the daily chart, the upper Bollinger is 641.27. We are now at 642 on here on NVIDIA. So let's see, some of the calls that are trending, the 655 calls on NVIDIA are now printing 80 cents bid and 85 cents ask thereabout. So that's one. It's moving. So NVIDIA B1. Those are some of the leading the big movers this morning. SPCE is another one gaining 9% earlier. We saw AMC for whatever reason we cooled off of AMC. Okay, AMC cooled off on here, posted a new low of the day, trying to rally, got rejected at the VWAP, and now it is trying to test the previous low of the day here was 30.40. Okay, here's AMC. Well, then the yellow line, the green line here, exponential moving average 20 on a 15-minute chart. This is 5 minutes, actually, yeah. Because that was like, we see so many come up. Okay, here we go. So is AMC going to breach the EMA 8 here? That's the yellow line to turn bearish. That's definitely something to look for. There's NVIDIA. The trend of higher highs here for 4 consecutive candles has carried on NVIDIA. The stock is currently trading at 642.23. How exact with our prediction, our prediction of the forecast based on the quant analysis is calling for 645. We are $3 away from it. That's less than 0.1% on this one. As long as the trend stays intact, I mean, we just ride it on. So, but yeah, definitely, this is going to be a time bound trade on here because if let's say at 8 Pacific, 11 Eastern, you just for me that's just how I establish it, right? It's Friday. This is a bullish momentum on here. When that bullish momentum stop, like right now, we saw the size of the candle. We say the third one was supposed to take us from 638 plus $6, yeah, 645 thereabout. It didn't quite do that, meaning the size of the candle start getting smaller, yeah. But I mean, this thing can rest and then give it another burst, especially now in the next 9 minutes, where maybe new traders they will come on here and maybe try to push it higher. So let's see what's happening on here. This is not always linear, like hey, every single candle has to be higher than. I mean, that's the case so far, right? That's the case. Every single candle has been higher than the other one. But let's see in 8 minutes time, the current candle will close. Let's see how high it can go. Will it reach the 645 that we're waiting for? The moment it reaches it, that will be the time for profit taking. Absolutely on our current 655 calls. We even have the 675 from yesterday. So they are up overall at they are 15 cents. So those maybe we let them um, rally a little bit more to see what they can bring. I'm just looking back on here since I have a watch list on my phone of most of the stuff. The so-called Friday runners. Pins is one. Square is also in the Friday runners, but it has stalled on here at 225. They're about currently trading 224.71. Roku, my goodness, the momentum that this Roku stock has had is just amazing. So Roku's up 1% a $300 stock being up 1 point something percent. It's just like Nvidia, right? 3% up or 2% up, it translates into a much bigger amount in raw dollars. So that's always interesting there. All right, so Nvidia 7 minutes to the end of the current candle, the current 15-minute candle, 641.70, 642. What was the high? 642 something. So it's just vacillating in between. Same thing on here on Square. So this is here Square on here. Is it bouncing off of the VWAP, or is it going to go below? We do not know. That's why we watch it and see. But obviously, if it breaks below VWAP, then if you have an opportunity for support at 224, then next support 323, and below that, it's gone. That's how trading goes, right? By levels. So speaking of levels, this guy here. As of now, I mean, there is nobody gets on here. 225.59. We are no longer interested on the call side, but definitely on the put side, absolutely nothing is saying that this thing is not going to streak and maybe come fill the gap or whatever. Let's see if that's the case. Let's look at it here. IWM 223 puts. What are they going for? Because this thing is just puts you to when it start like that. This is a series of lower lows. Yeah, you don't wait for 3 hours in and say, oh my goodness, this thing has been going down. Yeah. So the 323. Am I reading this properly? Oh, I'm game. I'm interested. The 224 puts on this guy, they are going for 22 cents. Yeah, it could go sideways or anything, but this trend, my friend, it is a downward trend, right? Overall. So yeah, 224 puts on IWM going for 20 cents. That's not bad. We took them. It's trading the trend, my friend. It's trading the trend. As we say that, let's look at Nvidia. Yeah, so it's giving up again at itself, right? So right now it seems as if the market is just going the other way, and the put side on here seems to be gaining momentum. So how do we see that? IWM. All right, lower lows. So there is a gap on here, right? There's all of this gap here from yesterday. Do they want to go fill that up? Let's see. We have the 224 puts on IWM because this thing went all the way from 227. Now it's almost struggling to settle at 225 there, which is the lower Bollinger Band. Where's the lower Bollinger Band here? The lower Bollinger Band is 225.20. So that's exactly where the stock is at right now. And Nvidia, it could not sustain that huge momentum. I mean, 340, 338 is not done yet. Maybe we don't know if it's done yet. It's just that it's definitely cooling off, right? Because it couldn't stay outside of the upper Bollinger. I mean, it can stay outside of the upper Bollinger by just streaking much higher. But even beyond failed to do that. Where's B1 now? Here we go. Putting a high 154 and now trading below VWAP on the 5 minutes and the exponential moving average. Okay, this is better. This is one for like 15 minutes. So in 15 minutes it gave you maybe it's not a slightly different picture, but at least it helped in decision making here. Below VWAP, let's see, but support is here on the EMA 8 at 146.74. X, the 25 and a half, the stock is trading at 25.37. So that's Friday no Wahala is in the money. And let's take a look on here. X The 25.5 puts on X, they are going for 34 cents bid, 37 cents ask. That's 129% from yesterday. So that's at least on that strangle, you are definitely on the green side. We are definitely on the green side now on the overall strangle here after let's say an hour of trading. So congrats if you were able to to get into X, May 28, 25.5 puts, which are trading in the money currently. The 26.5, there's still something. This is the time where when you look at the charts of that and you say, oh, should I then scale in into the winning position? This is it here. This is the chart of X posting lower lows and now into the gap from yesterday gap up. Yeah. So that gap, the level 48.80 here, below 25, it's the direction. For those interested in Tesla, Tesla's down minus 1.26%. SPCE, folks, wow. SPCX, which was gaining 10% or earlier, is now down minus 0.16. Just amazing, the volatility in this market. Even Nvidia, it has Nvidia doing. Okay, so Nvidia now, the price is below the upper Bollinger. This is a good illustration on here on, hey, can a stock go outside of the upper Bollinger? The answer is yes, but for a limited amount of time. So now, should it find support and the upper Bollinger start going up, which they should, each and every candle on here, because we have to count 20 candles, and then is the average of those 20 candles plus 2 times the standard deviation. All of these candles are the same price, so we can expect that every 15 minutes, let's say the upper Bollinger here was at 635, let's say 636, then the upper Bollinger could be going up here by $2 at least. 631, let's see 632 here, 635, yeah. $2, $3 every 15 minutes here. So we have 15 minutes left to go to 11 Eastern, right? Because that's like the time on the resistance here has been at get rejected at 642. So it will have room, because right now the upper Bollinger is at 640, the next one 642 something. So we allow this stock, let's say the next 15-minute candle to say, hey, can it go and challenge the previous high of the day? If it cannot do that, then it will be coming down. And the levels on here 634 and the EMA 8 is 628. So that would have been that our forecast, the forecast, we were off by, let's say, $2 and 17 cents for it to reach, from it's reaching 645. It's not an exact science, but you get the idea. You get the idea. So what else? PDD is continuing its momentum. PDD, did we have it here? Yeah, oh, it's at this store. I'm looking at the June 4th expiration, so that's the one. It's still on top there, plus 275%. Where's X? Okay, I don't want to leave. So okay, it seems as if X has found support. Okay, so a stock like this one, how many candles is this? One, two, three candles. At the low here is 25.25. So is this support now? Just like it went on the 27. So this is how X trade, folks. I mean, don't be surprised if let's say X reverses on here, and on the stronghold that's we're trading, you were up making money on the put, and then at some points on here the calls the con can start making money. We have seen that. That's not unusual at all on X. So that's part of studying. Let's say on the 27, look at it here. Put in a high and then went bearish a little bit before it recovered. So will they do the same thing on here on the Friday? Should that be the case, we will stand to be saying to you that hey, we made money and money was being made on both directions for X. As we say that, here's IWM, which seems to be put in a support. I mean, where is it going? All right. So the most interesting game in town is Nvidia. As of now, 641.16 is can it streak back and post a brand new high of the day? Again, 645 was the expected price on here based on quant analysis on Nvidia. Let's see if that's going to hold true here. And again, it's literally as we say that we have the next all the way to 8 Eastern, right? So meaning this current 15 minutes the candle, the upper, because there was no room on the upper Bollinger, right? You can see the upper Bollinger here on the 15-minute charts of Nvidia, 640.60. And each new candle, the previous one was 638. So each new candle is giving about $2 room on the upside. So $2 here will mean that in about 10 minutes, the new upper Bollinger Band will be about 643. So 643, can the stock leap just $2 outside of that upper Bollinger Band and print 645? We don't know. Let's see what happens. And most likely, at that time, at the rate of this, I'm not seeing that much movement on SPY or QQQ. QQQ has moved like 0 points, like 1 point or so far. So far, the market is just going sideways. The market, the overall market per se, not to characterize that some. So if you look at SPY, let's look at SPY here on the 15-minute chart. I mean, came down slightly, but how many points? 420 to 420.20. Yeah, this is not. Oh, this is nothing. This is really sideways here. How about QQQ? So I mean, the market makers. Yeah, this is what you see. You see candles that are parallel to each other. That's that's not an indication of a moving market. So this is sideways piece on here. And again, it is not unusual. We can get that on here before they start going, or they will just decide to do that. And in which case, in about 24 minutes, we will make a decision. I mean, there's no need sitting in front of a screen just watching these things, not do anything. It's not really fun. It's not even trading. There's no making money in that sense, right? We see a lot of that went on yesterday. This is 15 minutes yesterday on. A lot of that went on yesterday. So in that case, we will just come back. Well, you can just come back and trade the end of the day. It happens. So we don't control. This is not March the 3rd. When by this time on March the 3rd, I think the market started bearishly. There was a lot of bearish momentum action. We were making money on puts. And then later on, let's say, but it was non-stop. A lot of parts, a lot of moving parts. Big money makers, they are already in the on a long holiday, maybe, and whomever they left in charge, they are not eager to play that much today. I mean, the play was definitely some of the stock that gapped. B1 gapped, SPCE gapped. Now that I say that SPC is back from negative to positive, plus 363. While Dash is it posting low at minus 2% at 149. Peloton is back to red again. So yeah. So Square earlier, which was streaking positively, is now plus 1.68, but it's stuck between that 224 and 225. That's not a sign of anything. So NVIDIA, all eyes here on NVIDIA for us. 7 minutes to close the current 15-minute candle. And from there, will it be posting a high? PDD, folks, the PDD 130 call for next week, they're up 326%. Let me see that the bid and the ask is not because of the spread. No, the bid is 192, the ask is $2. So on that watch list of yesterday on successful trading trade alert, if you got it, here it is. It's trying to post it a brand new high of the day at 126.68. So congratulations. And the low of the day here for PDD 130 calls for next week. It was 48 cents. So for you could have turned 50 cents into $2 on here so far on PDD trading next week options. Not too bad if you ask me. All right, who do we have here? So I see two concurrent viewers. Anybody has any question? The playback, I mean, viewer activity on here. Analytics. So the playback, I see 32 playback. So those are people who are catching the broadcast in différé, comme I say in French. Okay. Let's stay on NVIDIA. Because if a move is going to happen, that move needs to happen on here. I need to take out this previous high at 642.83. And I feel that for that to happen, the stock need the upper Bollinger need to move, meaning that that's potentially that's more likely in the next 15-minute candle, starting at 10:45 Eastern and between 10:45 Eastern and 11 Eastern, because that upper Bollinger right now is behaving as a strong resistance. $642.41 NVIDIA live trading option live with successful trading on May the 28th 2021. Right now we are checking out the 15-minute chart of NVIDIA, where it's just this is what's funny. I can hopefully I can take this recording and just extract a part of it. Brand new high of the day, 643 on NVIDIA, folks. Brand new high of the day. Because of theta decay, obviously the 655 calls earlier they were worth 80 cents. Now they're only worth, though we are posting a brand new high of the day, they are only worth, I mean, I just see them 61 cents versus 80 cents earlier. But NVIDIA, it's resuming its momentum after one red candle on here. So let's see, as it's coinciding, we are 3 minutes away of a brand new 15-minute interval, meaning a new value will come for the upper Bollinger Band on here as the stock is hovering just above 640, 643. I mean, it's, you see it vary 642, 69, 640. But the fact that we are challenging that previous new high is definitely maintaining the bullish momentum on here on NVIDIA. They stopped again for 4% from yesterday. Close is at least 4% is what the quant analysis the expectation was from the quant analysis. So that value is 645. So 645. Plenty of time on here. That this is really just being patient on here while you have done a study to see, okay, do you see confirmation of that on here? So let's see where NVIDIA goes on here and finish. It's still actionable. It's still actionable. NVIDIA is one of those stocks that market makers can use NVIDIA because it's present for both QQQ and SPY, right? The contribution of NVIDIA inside of SPY, let's give that to you, is not as high as Apple or the likes of Microsoft, but NVIDIA accounts for, I don't have it in the top 10 anymore for let's see, so for QQQ, oops, let's go here to QQQ. So for QQQ, NVIDIA is at number 9, isn't it? I've done it so many times now. So NVIDIA is number 8, 2.86%. So interesting on here. In 1 minute, brand new 15-minute candle. The 10:45 one to 11 a.m. That's 11 a.m. for if you are new to trading. That's like your gauge where, hey, if there's no action overall after an hour and 30 minutes of the market opening, you can pretty much say, hey, maybe it's time to fold and and to wait for another day. So because between 8:30, if the market hasn't been moving, a lot of sideway action, and that's what we have in feel for today. Because right now, let's say QQQ is up what? QQQ is up 0.53%, SPY 0.3%, but pretty much that has been like paint. Those two have been done. The stock that's moving right now, we continue sharing that on here, is Pinduoduo. Pinduoduo 130 calls for next week. They are trading at $2. You could have gotten them for 50 cents. That's up $2 bid, actually $2.20 ask. Up 342%. Pinduoduo. That's it on here. So they stock. This is what they're trying to go for. It's open after its earning 2 days ago. 134, and for us, if you remember, we made money trading the puts of it. So today, call side is what's rewarding big time on here. Big time. All right, NVIDIA. All right, what is NVIDIA now? Okay, 642.72. Notice the brand new upper Bollinger Band on the 15-minute chart is 643.57. The previous one was 640, let's say 641. So $2.50 is what is bringing in every new one. So on here, this is it, folks. This stock here, the NVIDIA here, in this next 15 minutes or 14 minutes, need to put in a new high, because otherwise it's going to be rejected here at this level and it will be going down. So that's the technical analysis. It has been rejected 3 times, right? Look at the highs here. 15 minutes ago or so, 642.83, then 643.07, now 643.30. It need to push in this candle. It need to push above that. Otherwise, it will be retreating and reversing on the other direction. And the 655 calls, they are barely well, they are trading at 45 cents as of now. They went as high as 80, but time decay on here, it's taking over. So that's the trend on here. And as we say that, the IWM 225, where's IWM? Here it is. Okay, but the crossover is happening on here. So we have the 224 puts. So plenty of patience for us on here. So as long as the yellow line here is crossing below the green line, that's actually in our favor, because now both of them, they're going to be acting as resistance, even this thing being to pop. It's $1 away. We got in for 20 cents. Right now they are going for 26 cents. Just 26 cents bid, 25 bid, 26 cents ask. So let's see here. Waiting for it to break below 225 to see if we can be more aggressive and by adding on there. All right. So in the meantime, tracking some calls on here on NVIDIA. Doesn't look good, folks, because 3 times being rejected 3 times at the same level is not very promising. It's not promising at all. Promising at all. I mean, for being bullish, because for So 641.29. I mean, this thing can go in bursts, but it has lost. I mean, the size of the candle here gave it away, right? After we did this smaller candle size, yeah, we can go consolidate on here. What's really we want to see to get a chance, we want to see the acceleration of the EMA 8, that yellow line. We want that yellow line to be crossing above the VWAP. Yeah, that's an action that when the trend is bullish, you want the yellow line because that's the closest support. You want it to be as close as possible to the price. Right now, there is like $5 away from it. So yeah, Nvidia three time rejection on here. It is not looking good. 640, 640.55. So that trade here on the 655. It's borderline belly down, so it's minus 32% right now. So yeah, let's see on here. We will wait for the candle to close. So we have 10 minutes until 11 Eastern. That's what we promised ourselves, right? So and see. So it was nice, but we could have taken some profit when it went to 80 cents, but it's okay. There's that. Can wait it out on here, but definitely not looking good. Especially well, here, the key thing on here is how this candle closes, right? So anything like the big 638 on here, no good. All of the lower value here, that's no good. And then from there, the read will just be okay, rejection at 342, and then it starts going down the other direction. So right now you can start. You can start some puts. Let's see here on Nvidia. What can we get for some puts to make up for this? So some put level on here. What's going for 20 cents or less on here? Is anything going for 20 cents? 622.5. Is this possible? I mean, yeah, 620. If you can get the 620 for 20 cents. But I mean, this is it's early, but in 10 minutes we can try that. We can try that. So 620 for, let's see, how much are they going for? Let's think that. Let's think this way. Let's think that this stock going to go and retest the 642 at some point. Then we want to set up a very cheap entry for those. All right. So for me, I'm gonna put a bid at 14 cents. Or even 10 cents. Right now, the 620 they are going for 14 cents bid, 19 cents ask. My bid is at 14 cents. My limit order is at 14 cents, which has so I'm actually going to put it at 10 cents. All right, let's put it at 10 cents because we want that thing to just touch 642 again in the next 9 minutes on here. And but either it touches it and then just burst above with a brand new high, or it touches it, get rejected again, and in which case next price level will be 336, 334, and the like. I mean, that's just natural resistance on here. Is it possible to share the whole screen? If I look away for a moment and come back, I don't know what symbol you are using. Or what time frame am I using? Is it possible to share the whole screen? Let's do what? But sir, why don't you, I mean, okay, the screen, the size of the screen is dictated by this, which let's see, the stock that we are looking at, yeah, Nvidia, they have been the same. So Mr. Joe, what I will do if I were you, yeah, you open your TradingView and you are looking at the same one. So meaning when you look at this, you know which one you are looking. I mean, this let's say this is beta, which I'm trying to resize it. Is it beta? Because since we're looking at 15 minutes, that's what make it that's crunchy, because it's going to be super small. If we want to see, let's say right now, if I do this, you see the other side. I don't see the other side. I don't see the other side. Let me try to use data window. Yeah, data. Okay, so Mr. Joe, the trick is you read on the right hand side. Yeah, so this is better, because otherwise it's just too small. We're trying to make it big enough such that we actually can see the candles. But Mr. Joe is saying that, hey, he doesn't know which candle, which stock that he is looking at. Well, first open the screen for them. But here's the trick. Right on the right hand side here, right hand side where there's open, on top of that, it tells you which stock you are looking at. This is NVIDIA 15 minutes. It's written there. That's a little trick there. That's how you go about doing that. So let me switch here. If we switch to any other stock here, same information. So right hand side, yeah, here. Let me try to, I did not mean to do that. Oops, we didn't mean to draw that. So yeah, on the right hand side, Mr. Joe, there's the name of the stock, then there's a comma, and then there is a number. That's 15 means 15 minutes. And I have not changed the time interval, Mr. Joe. When we are already in a session like this, I'm sticking on that 15-minute interval always. That's how I treat. At the beginning, earlier when we didn't have quite 15 minutes, yes, we started on 5-minute interval, but since then they have all been on the 15-minute interval. But you will know, again, by looking at each here, reading each here on the data window on the right-hand side, the third, on top of the third widget, if you will, be above the open, high, low, and close, it tells us the stock that we are looking at, the current window, time interval, time frame. Yep, that's a good question. Hopefully that helps. And as we say that our NVIDIA is not doing much. NVIDIA is not doing much. 639 thereabouts. Time to bail out NVIDIA. So this one is one of those Fridays where pretty much where has money been made on here? Not really. I mean, there were gain on NVIDIA. A little bit on Square, but it didn't sustain. FCX has just been a doozy, not giving us anything at all. It happens. Western Digital, not 75.32 minus 0.71%. It could well be that, hey, the moves are going to start later on, but I mean, putting up with this is not just fun at all. So 640 is NVIDIA 4 minutes into the closing of the current 15-minute window. So this is NVIDIA that we're looking at. If you don't see that properly on your screen, you can read that in the data window. It's written NVIDIA, 15, and COBZX, but we don't care about the other extra information on that, on the other side. Yeah, the market has just been going sideways, folks. There have been very few opportunities on here. QQQ is not moving at all. Our SPY not moving at all. So those we didn't even refer to. So far on here. So NVIDIA was one that was moving. Square was moving earlier. The one that was moving, well, gave a good gains. Yeah, how would I forget about PGD? PGD, that's next week's one, but 300% is not bad at all on this $7 move on here. But it is extended now and it's cooling off. So NVIDIA is still going in range. What will the outcome of this be? I mean, it got rejected 3 times at 642. Yeah, it went as high as 643. So the market is still. So now, I mean, let's see. What is Germany doing? Because from this time all the way in the next 35 minutes, Germany would be closing. Typically, they tend to close bullishly, but they have been bullish the entire day without the U.S. equity moving at all. So they are not in lockstep per se, and they have not been really over the last few months. They have been doing their own thing mostly based on the economic news and information over there. So 640.16. Are the market makers just pinning NVIDIA here at 640? Is possible. We know that it doesn't have room on the upper Bollinger Band, so it could just be biting its time on here. That's where the patients need to come in. So drifting below 630, 640, 639, 72, going back above, but there's, I mean, for the last hour on here, we can definitely see 4 consecutive candle on the 15-minute chart. It has been in range, very, very, very tight range. So now it's closing 2 minutes into the closing of this window on here. Almost, it's interesting to see if let's say it breaks below 638 on here. But I mean, the rejection here at 642, it's for me is the telltale sign that hey, this is there's no going up any further. But let's see. Plenty of time into trading, but this is a time when hey, you have to make a decision to decide, and it's okay. If the trade is not there, it's perfectly okay to say, hey, you know what? I'm betting off. I'm betting off. So for us, that's likely to be the case on here on Nvidia because this close at 640 doesn't call for anything good for at least for the bullish direction. 639.88, 1 minute to the closing of this candle, a new 15-minute window stop, a new value for the upper Bollinger here, which is likely to be 645 thereabout. Will it be then that in that candle, in the last hour, every single candle has touched at least 642? So all right, so now we have a brand new upper Bollinger value, 644.35, and we have the crossing of the EMA 8 above the VWAP on Nvidia, but I mean, right? If we're trading, let's say, the weekly, hence it's important to have that time always thinking about that. I see a lot of stocks that are pointing down. So Square is putting in a new low. Roku is putting in new low as well. Jumia is putting in new low. Nvidia is the only one that's really trying any type of bullish thing on here. So, geez, now it's sucking us in because at this stage, will they will buyers come in and get this one to go above that 642 resistance or no, or even test it again? So it has room now. No excuse here, Nvidia, to try to go higher and reach 640, 645. That's the number that was in. Let's see what happens on here. Let me see if that helps. Okay, all right, no problem, Mr. Joe. Mr. Joe, this show is pretty much yours, right? So not pretty much. I see 34 playbacks. So, but when people are in playback, can they? Oh no, they cannot comment. They cannot comment in the live chat because they are just watching. For them, it's like a pre-recorded video, so they cannot comment. So only those who are here. So okay. So we remember we had three viewers. Well, the usual were here on this day. Mr. Gates, Mr. Joe, Miss Festus, Mr. Andrew. Yes, Mr. Joe, and you want me to keep waking up every morning, my friend, for this? No, my friend, no. People who want the knowledge or anything, no problem, right? We will still continue doing our one-on-one coaching, so that's not going away. But for me, no. I will use the time when I wake up early in the pre-market to do research and to write content for the website. That's so important for me going forward. So. Or even catch up with the rest of the video that I have to publish. There are reviews of trading platform like this one. Yeah, I can talk about this one. So this is market action. It looks like, it's exactly like flow algo. This is how, let's go to the dashboard. So I need to do a review of this. This is something that I was supposed to do almost 2 months ago. So I I wrote on the website. Yeah, I wrote about market action on the website. So because they send me a bill, so I will need to ask them then. Okay, you gave me the login to review your tool because I didn't review it in time. They send me the bill. So it will be interesting if successful trading. How I manage with that bill. So well, I will do a video. So of this, some of the nice features on here. If let's say the learning center, if you are new, you don't know what a strike price is, you can this tool enables you to do that. Day to expiration, call or puts. I mean, a sentence to explain what call or puts are. I mean, yeah, that's a type of option which grants the holder right but not the obligation to buy. And this, to me, this definition that we find in uh, and encyclopedia is not. If I don't know what a call option is, what does that mean? The right to buy? No, it doesn't tell me anything. The right to buy, come on. Yeah, I mean, they have to put, that's the definition of it, but it doesn't do anything there. All right, folks, definitely bailing out time on here. This calls on this didn't just spam. It's okay. Whatever happens on here. And now we're on something of sideways. This is the real embodiment of not being able to make money option trading. It's just too much sideways on here. That's also the case on IWM other like, so forget about it, and we will just stop in here. We go do something else, and maybe in the afternoon they will decide if the market wants to move at the close. Typically that's the case before the holidays, and we see if we can make something out of this. So today was not one of those days on here, as let's say we take a look at what's 146 B1 has been stuck there for the longest of time. Peloton is stuck as well. Pins not much. Square is still between 224 and 225 since the open. Netflix actually moved 1.28%. Netflix option for next week, folks. They are cheap. They are cheap. We were when we were making our when we were making our watch list. I noticed that because rarely seen that, but the stock hasn't been moving. Therefore, the options price, the market makers, they have to adjust accordingly, right? People are not going to buy options that are not moving. I mean, Netflix on a Friday is moving 1.24%. And that feels like a lot. That's just not much at all. So next week, expiration June 4th, which is a short week, and that's where the market makers are gonna make the implied volatility on Netflix option calls. Like say the 525, they're expensive. What are we using here? What did we recommend for our traders? We recommend the 522. 522, okay, they're up 65%. The implied volatility is 21%. This is nothing. This is absolutely nothing. And now Nvidia here is trying to put in new low, but there's no telling that, hey, it's not going to bounce off of this. This is sideways gallop all the way. Just X, folks. So be ready to make money on the call on now that X is deciding to reverse and be moving up. So is FCX as well. Oh my goodness. Yeah, no kidding. So they wait for literally almost 90 minutes goes by, and then now they're moving. Look at QQQ, folks. This is what you don't want to trade. This here is, oh, beautiful. And look, yesterday, look at the close here yesterday, similar type of thing. Yeah. So this is option trading at its worst, meaning the market is going sideways. There's no making money. I mean, now if somebody could say, oh, TEDx, oh, you don't know about iron candles, or like, come on, who wants to trade iron candles? You spend a lot of money and for limited gain or anything. No. Trading directionally, either puts or call is the best way to make money in either direction. So this is X trying to make its move. How about FCX? Will FCX touch 43? At least we're still holding on to these calls. Okay, FCX has some bullish momentum on here. So let's see here. FCX, will they finally trying to make this thing, let this thing run at all? So market makers, the last day of FCX is trying, folks. Is trying. The 43 calls right now, they're worth 12 cents, 14 cents. So hey, if this thing go into a rally, these are things that can double. I mean, if you can spur 13 cents, 14 cents. That's definitely a possibility on here. It's not a guarantee. We know that. Yeah, it's not a guarantee at all. But they are moving. So maybe later on they will percolate into something. All right, folks. I think that's my time. I need to go get breakfast. It is 8 a.m. here in California. Thank you, everybody. Sorry that I try, folks. I try. I have the last session. I've said it all along. If the market is not moving, uh, it's uh, it's really difficult to be able to go anywhere. So we are looking at the chart of is that FCX? Yes, that's FCX on there because I'm looking at the chart that for me I put in, let's say, 30 seconds ago, and you guys were doing that now as the image. The stream is a little bit delayed on here. So I wish everybody a great long weekend. I'm going to try to rest. Tennis tomorrow for us. So I'm excited about that, and we will see you in the Discord. Everybody have a great Memorial weekend. Bye bye, everybody. Thank you, Mr. Joe. No problem. We try. We try. But the videos will the old one will still be there. So the old one will still be there. We try, Mr. Joe. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your kind comments. No problem. We will speak in the Discord. Bye bye, everybody.